As cases continue to rise, talk has already now started to move towards whether the lockdown is going to be increased or extended or shifted in some manner and what the rules will be. But also, frankly, once again today, all of our attention was brought back to the plight of the migrants by some of the saddest and some of the most disturbing pictures I have ever seen. Frankly, a little toddler trying to wake his mother who passed away. The images that should, of course, continue to sear our conscience, like all the pictures we've been seeing about the plight of the migrants over the last couple of months. So yes, there's a lot to think about for us as a nation. And frankly, today, in the middle of all of this, while the nation is sitting and thinking about coronavirus, a lot of attention also is shifting to the borders, where a standoff with China is continuing. China really using this entire coronavirus pandemic to perhaps push around its neighbors in a sense. It's done it with South China Seas, it's doing it with Taiwan, it's trying to crack down in some form in Hong Kong, and then of course, whatever is happening in Ladakh in the situation with India. So yes, even in the middle of this entire coronavirus pandemic, some of the biggest headlines today are around the standoff with China, including an offer by Donald Trump to mediate.
The central government is likely to extend the lockdown in some form by 2 more weeks after the 31st of May to stop the spread of coronavirus. But there could be even more relaxations in the offing, says a report by News 18. A top Home Ministry official reportedly described the next phase of the lockdown as lockdown extension in spirit and said that the focus would be on 11 cities that account for nearly 70% of COVID-19 cases in the country. These 11 cities include the 6 major metros, Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Chennai, Ahmedabad and Kolkata, along with other cities like Pune, Thane, Jaipur, Surat and Indore.
India's COVID-19 tally crossed 1.5 lakh mark on Wednesday with over 6,300 new infections. According to the Health Ministry data on Wednesday morning, 6,387 new cases of virus were reported in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 1,51,767. The number of deaths due to COVID-19 have now gone up to 4,337 with 170 new fatalities reported on Wednesday. Over 64,000 people have so far recovered from the infection.
It's probably one of the most tragic images of the migrant crisis that has gripped the poor in India. A video of a baby playing with the shroud over her mother's dead body at Muzaffarpur railway station in Bihar is heartbreaking to say the least. The kid appears to be trying to wake up her mother, thinking she is asleep, unaware that her mother is dead. According to reports, the woman had travelled from Gujarat on train and was unwell due to lack of food and water. She collapsed shortly before the train rolled into Muzaffarpur.
In perhaps the first admission of the mishandling of the COVID-19 crisis in Bengal, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said the sudden spike in cases is because of mismanagement and wrong planning, adding that we are all responsible. She appealed to the Prime Minister and Home Ministry to look into sending of Shramik special trains to Bengal so that there is no spike in cases. Didi post an administrative meeting with district officials said that the returnees from 5 states, Maharashtra, Delhi, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, will be put in institutional quarantine, while those from other states will be screened and put in home quarantine and monitored by the State Health Department.
People say 9/11 was a new chapter. I mean, this is a new book.
Former Congress President Rahul Gandhi has contended that there will be a new world order after the pandemic ends. Rahul, during a video interaction with American health expert and Harvard Global Health Institute Director Ashish Jha, also said that the balance of power between China and the US will change after the pandemic.
So I'm convinced that you're going to have a new world after this virus. And I also think that, for example, I think it's going to reshape Europe. I think the balance of power between the United States and China is going to change.
Why can't private hospitals who were given land free of cost treat COVID-19 patients for free? The Supreme Court asked on Wednesday. Seeking a reply from Centre on the matter in a week, the Apex Court said hospitals which can treat such patients for free or at a nominal cost must be identified.
US President Donald Trump on Wednesday tweeted that the United States is ready, willing, and able to mediate in India and China's border dispute. Trump said the United States had already informed both countries of its decision to arbitrate. He also referred to the border tension as raging. Several areas along the line of actual control in Ladakh and North Sikkim have seen a military build-up by the Indian and Chinese armies in a sign of escalating tension and hardening of positions by the two nations 2 weeks after they were engaged in separate face-offs. The nearly 3,500-kilometer long LAC is the de facto border between the two countries.
China on Wednesday said that the situation at the border with India is overall stable and controllable, and both countries have proper mechanisms and communication channels to resolve the issues through dialogue and consultation. The comments by the Foreign Ministry spokesman came in the backdrop of the continuing standoff between the militaries of India and China at the line of actual control. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman during a media briefing said that China's position on border-related issues is clear and consistent.